Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Isle of Man in the UK. This is John and Mike's MMA Corner.
Okay, let's start off the show by saying, Hola, Andrea Calle. Me llamo John.
Hola.
See, that's about it now. That'll do. And adios.
I love it. I love your Spanish.
Thank you.
Muchísimas gracias por invitarme.
I like jam sandwiches too. Yeah, me. Yeah.
I was saying thank you so much for inviting me.
No, I of course I'm going to have you on. Of course I have to have you on here to talk about Combate Americas that's going on right now on UFC Figth Pass. I've been watching it. I've been tuning in. You are stepping up on presenting it with Andreas Bermudez, is it pronounced?
Andres Bermudez, yes. We do the Spanish broadcasting, so we mainly do everything on NBC Universal.
Yes.
And so we do those, and then on Figth Pass we have the pleasure of working with Rey Flores, and of course the one you know is Juliana Peña. Mm-hmm. She's done the last two, the Venezuelan Vixen from the UFC. Mm-hmm. She's also been doing the color commentating on UFC Figth Pass, so we're very excited about that.
Yes, she has indeed. I noticed that there's the two pairings. You've got obviously the English and the Spanish. You're reaching out to the masses with the bilingual language that people can tune in for, because you are literally looking for, it's that kind of Hispanic kind of area of fighters that you're going for, and there's been some awesome fights on there so far. How have you found being on the microphone, talking on the fights and talking through them? How have you found that experience and that journey so far?
I mean, I think it's everybody's dream to be able to do different positions in a corporation, and that's exactly what I've been able to do with Combate. With them I do the in-cage post-fight interviews for the main events, and I also do the color commentating in Spanish, and I do some of the pre-fight interviews. So for me, it's such a pleasure. Combate, I've been with them since day one before the reality show. So, for me, they're my family. Campbell McLaren has been, not only he's my boss, but he's a friend, and he's just an inspiration. He has really helped me in everything that has to do with MMA. So I'm just thankful to be part of Combate America and this huge journey that, it's growing in such amazing ways. Like you said, UFC Figth Pass, we've been able to be on TV since day one with the reality, and now we have, big opportunities that are coming for the fall season. And of course, continue to doing the UFC Figth Pass. We signed a nine fight deal, nine events or 9 dates with UFC for 2016. We've only done 3, so we got 6 more to do this year. So we're excited.
Yeah, you're very busy, and the way you do it as well is on Fight Pass anyway. It's broken down as well. I see, there's a few fights on each episode. It's almost like watching a TV series of the card. The way it's split up, the way it's easy. It's like bite-sized pieces of each thing happening. Obviously, you see the cards happen. I like for example, there was a fight that I really want to pick out was Palacios versus Rival. That
yes.
Fight, wow.
That thing, you should have seen me narrating that fight, commentating on that fight. I almost died. Now, Ricky, it's one of the few fighters that we've had since the reality show, and he's always been the underdog. Even when we did the reality show, nobody would ever, because he's, the first fight I ever saw him fight was, against this kid, and his opponent was, super ripped. We were super worried because for him it's always hard to make weight, and he didn't look he's never the ripped type of fighter.
Yeah. He
reminds me of a Roy Nelson, that he's not in shape, but then he goes in and he super performs. Yes. And that's exactly what he's done every single time. That I think, if I'm not mistaken, this would have been his 4th fight inside Combate, his 4th fight. So it's been, just to see his performance. I mean, a lot of the different media outlets have called it one of the best fights of the year so far, because he always not only performs, but he truly leaves his heart there. He's the true representative of being a Latino, a Hispanic, a warrior, and that's exactly what we saw. So, it was such an amazing fight. for everybody that didn't have a chance of watching, they could always go back to UFC Fight Pass and watch it because it's worth watching that fight.
I agree. It's certain. You know what? It was two guys that they were literally swinging when they had nothing left. They just kept going, and they just didn't back off. You know, the only time they backed off was just to kind of shake the arms, get that, try and loosen off the lactic acid, then they just went straight back at each other.
They only backed up when they had to go to the corner, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that was the kind of thing, the crowd was going wild. You know, I was thinking from your perspective, you know, you guys are sitting there calling these fights, and like you say, you just sitting on the edge of your seat calling it. You know, that fight's happened. You've also got Mogwai, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong as well, the 105-pound little demon on the ground that she is. She's been absolutely fantastic as well on the show.
Tara?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, 100.
So Kara, yes, 105 at the atom weight. Right now we have, she did her third fight, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was her third fight. Now she goes to I think in the fall she's gonna have a chance to fight for the first atom weight title fight. So that's gonna give her the chance to become the first champion in the atom weight of Combate Americas. It hasn't been confirmed exactly the date. They were looking to do it either this summer or one of the first fights for the fall. So we're excited about it. She's been amazing. We love having Kaya just because she's not only a great fighter, her jiu-jitsu is amazing. She has, I don't know how many awards, and, you know, everything she has on her ground game, it's very solid. But she's like the little girl from different training camps. You know, she has great relations with really big camp names, not only in Vegas, but in LA. And so she's very, very, you know, she's very dear to a lot of the MMA fighters here in the United States. So that's always been a pleasure. And she's such a sweet girl. She's only 21. And, you know, it's just, I think for her, it's been, you know, and she's had a lot of she's been promoted really well through Combate, and we love that. We love to see her grow, and she's really given to Combate, to the promotion. So we really appreciate fighters that, you know, they value what they have and the chance, and they want to be there to promote it. So she does exactly what she's done. She's a finisher, you know. She's finished most of her fights. She likes to, you know, as I say, she takes it down and she finishes. She, you know, her last fight, that amazing ground and pound that she performed. So, you know, that a great TKO, and that's exactly what we expect from our fighters. We love fighters that, you know, that bring it for their fans, that like to make all their fights exciting, and that's exactly what we've seen. You know, Ricky, like you said, Kara. So yeah, for Sexy Mexi is another one that it's really exciting to watch. So, you know, that's exactly what Combate likes to do. They like to bring the best fighters, the best Hispanic fighters to perform in La Jaula, and we're excited about that.
I love what's going on with this whole kind of show, and the fact that there's, the best way to put it is, every time that people are stepping in, there is light at the end of the tunnel in the sense of a belt at the end. So every time they're fighting, they know that they're fighting for, at the end, a potential stab at the title, and that's what you're saying. You know, eventually these title shots will come in. It's almost like an elimination period at the moment, it seems. Can you elaborate on what any plans that are coming up in the next, say, month or two that we should look forward to? Anything in particular, any fights that haven't been put on yet for us to view?
Yes, right now we have, for sure, July we have a fight. I'm not sure if we have exact date. I don't think it's been announced, but for sure in July we're bringing you a fight. Like I said, we have with UFC Figth Pass, we still have 6 fights that we need to put together this year. So that's exactly, you know, you can look forward for that, for another 6 events that we will be putting between summer and fall of 2016. But for now, the one that we have for sure is July. The exact date hasn't been announced, and location hasn't been announced. They're looking between Vegas, LA, or Santa Barbara, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm pretty sure, you know, we'll have a press release soon about the date, and of course it's going to be on UFC Figth Pass.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that's something, you know, that's my summer already planned. I like the sound of this. I like knowing that I will be cuddled up, spooning my UFC Figth Pass. That is pretty much what my relationship consists of in life. But it's true, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that's my girlfriend, UFC Figth Pass. Look,
thank God they keep you busy then.
Oh, very much so. And also on a personal level, Andrea, I'm so happy to see things working out for you so well. You know, you've been in the business, so to speak, of MMA. You've been putting in the groundwork, and you can see it's just paying off dividends. It keeps getting better for you. I'm so happy for things working out for you as well.
I really appreciate it because people like you that, you know, they get happy when we're doing good and support our work. You know, you're my colleague. We work together for the same purpose to make the sport grow. So having your support means the world to me, and I'm pretty sure not only for me, but for all the promotions out there that are just trying to get their word out. So, you know, your words mean a lot, your support means a lot, and I really, really appreciate it.
And look, I'll be supporting Combate Americas. I'll be watching the cards in the future. I'll be watching them, obviously. I'll probably even, if I've got some time this week, to watch some more fights, maybe just again, because I have to admit, that fight of the season, let's say, Palacios and Royval, is probably worth watching again, because it is a bit crazy and a bit wild. It was almost like a Gilbert Melendez and Diego Sanchez kind of feel to it.
Agree. Exactly. Totally agree. Yeah, those guys had an amazing performance, and I've received a couple of calls from different media outlets that actually the fight has been nominated for one of the top fights for the year so far.
Fantastic.
So we're really excited, you know, to have you know, big outlets out there to recognize promotion like Combate and of course our fighters. So we're looking forward to, you know, putting together a lot of more amazing fights throughout this year, and of course what it's coming next year. So.
Oh, big things happening! Big things, people. Get on board with Combate. Join the ever growing fan train of Combate people. Look, Andrea, before I let you shoot off, though, I would like you to let people know how they can maybe even connect with you, join you with this journey of Combate, and also just you in general. Combate Americas is obviously on social media, on Twitter and Instagram and everything. But what about yourself first, before I let?
The same, you can follow me on my social media under Andrea Calle Corp, C-O-R-P, and I'm pretty much everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I have Snapchat, but I'm not too much of a Snapchat user. I have my website, andreacalle.com, that has all my social media as well. So any questions, I try to be active. I try to answer to everybody. So if they have any questions, any ideas, any feedback, I'm happy to read your messages and reply, and you know, anything I can do for you and for all your listeners, it's a pleasure.
Good, right, get on, give her a follow. She also does fitness videos, just if anyone is looking, if any ladies are out there to get like summer body, that beach bod. She has got some wicked techniques on the TRX, which is awesome stuff, bit of equipment that she uses, very different kind of techniques that most people wouldn't normally use. I find them pretty awesome. I try to do them because I need to keep my buns of steel in shape as well, you know.
I love that.
Look, honestly, Andrea, have a great time with Combate. I'd love to get you back later on in the series when things are, obviously there's other fights and maybe championship fights are coming about and stuff. We'll talk about more fights that have happened and just give everyone else a further update on how things are kicking off there.
Of course, please do keep in touch, and we have a lot of more stuff coming soon with Combate, not only the fights, but I think we're going to be doing different productions and different stuff to keep you know, our fans and our followers more in scoop with us and everything we do. So I'm pretty sure we'll be bringing you more stuff besides the fights. And we're excited. You know, next time we talk, I hope to be able to give you more feedback and more insight of everything we're doing. But for sure, you know, Combate is just the beginning of great things, and we're excited. I'm really excited to be part of it, and we appreciate you and everybody else, your listeners, for being part of all of this amazing journey.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andrea Calle. Adios.
Ciao. Gracias.